All right, good day, hi, welcome. So I got the drawers out of this just to let it air out a bit. But I ripped the floor out, or the linoleum out. Oh, now it's twice as echoey here. Yeah, about that. Wow, did that ever make a difference? So there's a lot of stuff. So I found the two worst spots. So this is probably the second worst spot. It's not wet right now. So what I'm interested in is what's happening on the other side of the wall, which I'll be able to see pretty soon once I get all that brushed out, right? To see where that's leaking. It's not leaking in the other room, but this here is just from the bathtub, underneath the bathtub. I know exactly where it's coming in. I don't think they were aware of it, but that was it's not a big deal. But every bathtub in the world, even in a brand new house, I got to clean in here, guys. I haven't cleaned in here yet, but you can see these are pretty. The water's going in those two holes right there. So, which I knew that right away. And then, that's just wood. So I can imagine underneath this is pretty nasty. So at some point I'll just tear it all out and clean it up and whatever. But every bathtub in the world, even if you can seal it off, that doesn't leak a drop underneath. Eventually it condensates enough that you get that anyway. So not a big deal. So I'm gonna basically I swept down this wall and I went halfway through this wall, and then it was like, no, I saw the edges up on the linoleum and I'm like, I don't really want to tear that up, but let's see if it'll come up a bit. It came up a bit. I said, well, no, because maybe it's in a little bit more than I want, and I don't want to have to get into all that today. Then I had the angel on my left, or the devil on my left shoulder, the angel on my right shoulder. The devil said, tear it out, be a man. And the angel on my right shoulder said, yeah, tear it out, be a man. So I tore it out, right? So yeah, I think I can. So that there, I could deal with that. That one's not too bad. That's gonna dry, and then I'll get some caulking and some stripping and all that stuff, and that'll explain the mustiness in my nephew's room for sure. So basically, it's coming from the showers and stuff like that. So like this is just like linoleum, like it's this was done a long time ago for my grandma. Like again, this is a really old house, right? But I'll do that. I'll seal those up. I'll use duct tape for now. I'll use duct tape for now if I have to. But anyway, I still got to do a massive cleanup in here anyway. So, but I'm gonna let this nice old dresser. I'm gonna let it dry out or air out a bit because it's kind of musty. The clothes in it were musty, and the main thing is the mustiness is not mold smell that you smell in the house. It's you move something and you smell dog. It's the two dogs, right? Especially one of them being a husky. There's dog hair on everything. So anyway, I'm gonna keep plugging away at this. So I'm gonna let these drawers air out. This one I'll do the same. I'll give it a quick wipe down with vinegar, and then I'll put the pine sol to it, and then I'll see if my friend Amanda wants it. She can sell it. If she doesn't, well then I'll ask her if she wants it first, and then before I do any work. If not, I'll just bust it up. I'll keep the other one. The other one's not going to have clothes in it anyway. It's going to be like guitar pedals and stuff like that, right? My clothes are going to be hanging up, so to stay dry and airy and stuff like that. So this is a bit of a musty spot. Can't really smell it until you get right up to it, so it's not bad. So that's going to dry okay. That was just because there's, you can see like it just no way to evaporate, right? So it's probably not the biggest leak, but I'm going to take a shower later and just to see, if that's just leaking on a date, like right away, or if it takes like, a week for it to go through. Well, I'll find out one way or another. Yeah, so I'll just have to get something to fix that up. Then that problem solved. Just gonna open the window again because it stopped raining. So I tore the floor out. I threw it over to the other side. I'm gonna tear this part of the floor out. It's like there was like what happened. There was a rug, and underneath the rug was this floor. And my brother just sort of tore it out because the dogs just tore it up with their paws, right? Their claws. So because he didn't move all the TV, just cut around it. there's a little strip there, but I'll cut all that. Like all that stuff I'm gonna just take out. Like it looks horrible. I'd rather just a regular floor. Just you got to watch if you walk your sock, you end up slipping. But that's the floor right there. So I got the couch out, the floor out, and we've got about another hour to spend down here, and then I got to go do other things. But yeah, come on. I'm glad to get the couch out though. But I was hoping to get this over there today, but well. But I'm gonna get some of this stuff in the room anyway. I'm gonna finish sweeping that room, get the drum kit in here. It's airy enough that I'm just gonna move keep the drum kit to the side to let that air out. It shouldn't hurt the drum kit at all. I'm gonna have to get a. Again, I want to have the least amount of fabric in this house for obvious reasons, but I'm gonna need a mattress, like a mat. There's one out there, but it smells so bad. It smells like dog. Well, I'll show you. It'd be okay for the kick drum because you have to have the kick drum on something or it just slides, right? So it needs to dig into something. So you usually put it on a rug, like a heavy rug. I don't have the proper heavy rug yet, but I got this, but it smells so dog, right? Like you can see all the dog hair on it. Yeah. So I gotta clean that out, before I put my precious drum kit on top of it. But that'll be that. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that little thing there. That's something common to look for. Again, I'm not Mr. Contractor, but when I moved that first dresser, I noticed the back drawer there was something up here and it was kind of damp, and I couldn't figure out why it was damp. I was like, that's awfully damp. Like there's nothing else in the house that's kind of, well, there's probably other things. Like I gotta discover things as I go too, right? But that's what it was. It was getting wicked up, or all that. It was evaporating right under my nephew's dresser, going into the dresser, going into his clothes. So I can understand my brother's concern for the smell and stuff, but he probably wasn't realizing that that's where the water was coming from. So again, house is fine. Just got to air it out. Redo the paneling there so that put caulk. Like even I don't care if it's just gobs of caulking around the handles there or whatever. It'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to it. A lot of work to do in here. A lot of work.